Greetings, Nick with Sweetwater here, and today we're going to be taking a look at this red, black and white tonal terror underneath me, the MXR Tom Morello Power 50 Overdrive pedal. This bad boy right here. Now this bad boy is more than just a fine overdrive, my friend. It's also an amp-in-a-box pedal. And when it comes to making amps in a box, in my humble opinion, MXR excel. They also happen to have a secret weapon in the R&D lab, and his name is Bob Cedro. Want proof? Well, Bob's the guy that designed the MXR EVH 5150 Overdrive amp in a stomp box, a pedal that got the golden seal of approval from one of rock's most revered tone chasers of all time, the much-missed late-great Edward Van Halen. Get my drift? When it comes to cramming the tone and feel of a high-voltage amp into a low-voltage pedal, Bob is pretty darned good. Now, to let you hear just how Tom Morello-like the Power 50 is, let me introduce you to one of my dear friends and Sweetwater co-worker, Peter Locke. Now, recently, Pete and some friends did a Rage Against the Machine tribute, and it was top shelf. So take it away, Peter. Show them how it's really done. Not my schlocky attempt, but the real deal. Thanks, pal, for showing the world how bad I really am. Joking aside, more from Peter in a minute. Now, if you're a Tom Morello fan, you don't need me to tell you that throughout his prolific career with Rage Against the Machine, Audioslave, The Prophets of Rage, and much, much more, he's been loyal to one electric guitar amp and one amp only, the dual-channel 50-watt Marshall 2205 tube head. Described somewhat cruelly by one YouTuber as the least popular JCM 800 ever, Tom's trusty 2205 head has done him proud. And Mr. Morello is not the only influential guitar player to put the 2205 to good use either. One Michael Schenker used it during MSG in the late 80s too. Nice. The Marshall 2205 was launched in 1983 and had two channels, normal and boost. The Power 50 emulates the boost channel, which is the one Tom uses. Now, in addition to having more gain than its single-channel older brother, the 50-watt 2204, the 2205 also boasts an effects loop, a feature that's also present in the pedal. Nice! The reason the 2205's boost channel had a lot more gain than the 2204 had a lot to do with the fact that its circuit contained clipping diodes as well as 12AX7's tubes. To this end, Bob meticulously used MOSFETs to emulate the tubes and, wait for it, diodes to do the diode clipping. To ensure the correct sound and feel with a lower voltage circuit though, Mr. Cedro did some nifty and clever biasing tricks. And to my fingers and ears, he nailed it. Sound is of course really important, but feel is everything, and the Power 50 not only sounds like a 2205, more importantly, it feels like one. The controls on the Power 50 are exactly what you'd expect on an amp-in-a-box pedal, and from right to left we have the following: gain, treble, middle, bass, volume, and at the far left, a mini presence control. Now, the treble, middle and bass controls are all passive, just like the tone stack on the amp. The presence control, however, is active, enabling it to accurately emulate said control on the 2205. Tech talk and backstory over, let's hear a few more sounds, shall we? First though, here's the sound of the Quilter 50-watt 1x12 Aviator Cub combo I'm playing. So based on that, as you've already clearly heard, the Power 50 is delivering all the dirt and transforming a very American F-sounding amp into a distinctly British M-sounding one. That said, here's a few more sounds for your listening pleasure. As already mentioned, the Power 50 pedal has an effects loop built into it, so it has send and return jacks. Not only is this cool for adding in time-based effects, but also for getting those signature Tom Morello tones, especially his wah. Why do I hear you ask? Well, if you didn't already know, Tom has had all his effects pedals in the effects loop of his trusty 2205 since day one, including the wah. So, experts out there, if it's good enough for Tom Morello, good enough for me. And that's what you heard at the very start of the video when we heard the wah-wah stuff. Played badly by myself and much, much better by Peter. This little Tom Morello wah in the effects loop trick pointed out, if you're looking for a more traditional, dare I say Michael Schenker-like wah sound, you can put the wah in front of the Power 50 just like you would with an amp. Here goes. The wah-wah pedal I'm using, or should I say abusing, is of course the Tom Morello Dunlop Signature Crybaby. Duh. As you might well expect, the Power 50 plays really well with other pedals too. Here it is being front-ended by an MXR GT Overdrive. Nice! Those two pedals definitely played well together, just like I said. Now also, thanks to the onboard effects loop in the Power 50, there's a neat thing you can do like this. Let's say I've got a nice crunchy rhythm sound and I'm just going to kick in my Power 50 for my lead tone. Then, if I want, I can pull off this nifty little trick. Let's take a look down below. As you can see, I've put the two pedals I want on my lead sound, namely the Carbon Copy and the MXR Phase 90, in the effects loop. So they're on all the time, but they will only be engaged when I engage the Power 50. First up though, let's hear my crunch sound. Here it is. As you've probably already ascertained, to create this crunch sound, I'm just using another amp in a box, the MXR FOD, and I'm running the quilter sound as you heard earlier. dead clean. And then for my lead, I'm going to kick in the Power 50, which means that the phase 90 and the carbon copy that are in the effects loop and already on will come straight in too. So no tap dancing, 3 pedals with 1 click. Let's check it out. Yep, that's a pretty neat trick in my opinion, despite the sloppy playing. Get my drift? 1 pedal switch, multiple on depending on what you've got in the effects loop. Nice. Anyway, there you have it, my friend, the Tom Morello signature Power 50 Overdrive, a great sounding and more importantly feeling amp in a box from our good friends over at MXR. If you want to know more about this pedal, or any other MXR pedal for that matter, please go to sweetwater.com, or better still, call your sales engineer and he or she will be only too happy to assist you further. Anyway, as promised, back to Peter for some more of his fine Tom Morello-isms. I'm out of here. Thanks for listening. See ya! Thank you very much indeed for watching. Don't forget to like, comment nicely please, and also subscribe. Click here for more videos like this, or start at sweetwater.com for all your music instrument and pro audio needs. Here's wishing you and yours a gloriously wonderful day. Cheerio.